Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am back to talk about all of the fragrances that I wore last week. So I've got plenty here. I'm gonna jump right in. I'm gonna start with the full bottles that I wore, and then I'll go into the travel sprays and samples. I tested quite a few from the beautiful Smelly Meal package that I got last week from Amy. I have been enjoying it so much. So anyways, let's start with the full bottles. The first one that I wore is this from Jean-Paul Gaultier. This is Jean-Paul Gaultier Classique. This is the Eau Fraiche. It's Classique Eau Fraiche, but it's an eau de toilette formulation, which is kind of strange. I love it. It's a little bit, it's like a slightly lighter version of Classique. It's a little bit more wearable. I love this. Classique really does smell a lot like Lancome Poème, but this is a kind of lighter, fresher, more modern version of that. This is a predominantly orange blossom perfume. It is so beautiful. This takes me right back to being like 14 years old again. I had a friend who wore the original Classique as her signature for a little while, and it's such a nostalgic scent for me. So anyways, this one is a very good performing fragrance. This one lasts for, I think I got a good 7 or 8 hours out of this at least. It's a beauty. So anyways, that is Jean-Paul Gaultier Classique Eau Fraiche. It's Gaultier Airlines Classique Eau Fraiche, which I think you can still get this one on Fragrance Net. Okay, next I think I had pulled this out for some reason already, but this is Germaine Sugarful. I knew I wanted to, I think I pulled it out for my fragrances that I need to give more love to video, in fact. And I knew I wanted to wear this one before I put it away. I love this scent. I forget how much I love this scent, and this actually, I somehow formed like scent memories with this in this rental house that we were living in right after we sold our first house. This fragrance really reminds me of that time. It was like right before COVID and all that started. So I just have like really good scent memories with this one. I love this. This thing is an absolute monster. I don't know about anybody else, but this thing lasts forever on me. I don't think I wore anything else the day that I wore this. Or maybe I did like way later in the evening when it finally like really dried down, but I could still smell this on the sweater because I always wear a cardigan around the house. I could still smell this on my cardigan. I still can smell it on my cardigan actually, and this has been days ago. So it's just a super long lasting, very good performing fragrance. I love it. It smells like candy. It really does smell like a bag of sweet tarts, and like you got to the very bottom and you can smell like the powder. It's hard to explain. It smells like kind of like sour candy powder, but also kind of like sweet berries. It's sugary. It's so good. I love it. I love it because it's candy-like, but without smelling juvenile. I just adore it. It's such a good fragrance. So anyways, that is Germaine Sugarful. This is one of my Halloween scents too, so it was like perfect for the week of Halloween. Okay, next, this is the fragrance that I'm actually wearing today. This is Elizabeth and James Nirvana Amethyst. I love this scent. This is a really beautiful, sweet, very light, easy breezy tobacco scent. But this thing is, gosh, it does not perform good on me. I can still smell it. Like I can still smell it on me, but I don't know. Actually, I shouldn't say it's not a good performer because I feel like this is a case of me going anosmic to it. I have a feeling that other people can probably smell it on me, but I just can't really smell it on myself anymore. I've put it on twice today already. And when I sniff in my shirt, I can smell it like a lot. So I just think that I'm going anosmic to it, or like I just can't smell it as I'm wearing it. I don't know, but I love it. It's a really beautiful, this is a really easy tobacco scent. This would be a great like starter tobacco scent for somebody that's just wanting to get into tobacco fragrances. I think that this would be a really good one because it's just such an easy fragrance. It's light, it's sweet, it's not too much of like a rich tobacco. because sometimes I can take it or leave it. Tobacco. Sometimes tobacco is just too, I don't know. Sometimes it's just too masculine too. But also there are times when it can just be too rich, too much. It can almost be sickening. That's not the case with this one. This is just a really gorgeous, easy breezy tobacco scent. So anyways, that is Elizabeth and James Nirvana Amethyst. Okay, next I wore this travel spray that Sweet Amy sent over. This is from Bath & Body Works, and this is called Chasing Fireflies. She said that this smells like Jimmy Choo, I Want You. And I have never smelled that. Now, it's funny because when I very first got this and when it was brand new and I first opened it up and I first sprayed it, I was getting YSL Libre vibes. It was really, really reminding me of Libre. And even when I wore it, maybe the first like 10 minutes or so, it was reminiscent of Libre or Libra, whatever, however you say that. But now that it's like, that I've sprayed it quite a bit and that I've worn it, now I'm not really getting as much of an association with Libre anymore, or Libra. I don't know. I need to get my nose on Jimmy Choo, I Want You, because she said that that's what this smells like. And now it really does smell like a completely different fragrance to me. I love this though. This is beautiful. And this lasted a very long time on me. I think I got a good 6 or 7 hours out of this at least. It lasted a long time, and it was pretty warm the day I wore this too. So I can't wait to try this in the cooler weather. This is a beautiful scent. If I ever come across the lotion version of this, I'm definitely going to pick it up because it is stunning. So anyways, that is Bath & Body Works Chasing Fireflies. That is such a winner. Next, she sent this beautiful travel spray of Floral Street Wild Vanilla Orchid. This is such a gorgeous, oh my gosh, it's such a gorgeous scent. This does remind me, it is reminiscent of Marc Jacobs Decadence, but it's different. It's very much in the same family, but it's different. This doesn't have, I think Decadence has saffron and papyrus in it. I don't think that this one does, but this one is a little bit sweeter, and you definitely get a lot of the like vanilla aspect of it, way more so than Decadence. Decadence is very plummy, but they're really similar, and I love that about this. They're similar but different, and I love it. This, you can tell that this is just beautifully aged. I will definitely be savoring this liquid because it's beautifully aged. You only need a few sprays of this and it lasted forever. I could smell this on myself for 24 hours. I smelled like this until I washed it off the next day. It is so long lasting, so beautiful. It's a stunner. I love this one so much. So anyways, that is Floral Street Wild Vanilla Orchid. Okay, and then next I wore a couple of the Wicked Good fragrances that she sent. So I wore Molasses last week, and I'm leaving this one out. Oh my gosh, I'm leaving this one out because I'm gonna retest this as soon as it starts to get cold. The first one I wore is Autumn Pear. This is a gorgeous scent. This is like a very, very fresh, a really, really fresh, crisp pear. There's a slightly clean floral aspect to this, but this is a really crisp fragrance. This isn't, it's sweet, but very crisp, clean, kind of slightly floral. The pear is very crisp and clean. It's not a juicy pear. Well, no, it is a juicy pear, but it's not a syrupy pear. It's not an overly sweet pear. It's gorgeous. I love this one. This is not one that I would probably pick up a full bottle of, but I love the sample and I will enjoy every drop of this. It's really beautiful. And the reason I probably wouldn't pick up a full bottle is because it didn't perform super well. This one didn't perform great, but I still really enjoyed it. I love Pear, and Pear can be a hit or miss for me. Sometimes Pear works on me, sometimes it doesn't. This one really, really did. So anyways, this one's a really good scent. It's a really good pear. So anyways, that is Wicked Good Autumn Pear. Okay, the next one I wore, I loved this one so much. This is Beetle Juice, and this is the one that has a violet note in it. This is so beautiful. This really, really does smell like a bag of sour gummies with, if you could imagine like sour gummies and candy violets all mixed up together. That's what this smells like. I will say the candied violet aspect, it does stay on your skin throughout the entire wear time, but it does kind of fade into the background a little bit. Now you can smell it. You can smell it throughout the entire time that you're wearing it, but it's not like Guerlain Insolence where you're candied violets. Like that's all you smell like is candied violets. This one, you get the candied violets when you first spray it on, but then as you wear this one through, as this one wears and it starts to dry down on the skin, the candied violet aspect kind of softens. And then you're just left with the like sour gummy candy aspect. It's so yummy. I love this one. This one performs super well on me. I think I get a good 4 or 5 hours out of it, which for a candy-like fragrance, in my opinion, is really, really good. I enjoyed this one so much. This is one that I absolutely would pick up a full bottle of. It's really, really unique. It smells like candy, but also has that really beautiful violet in it, which keeps it from smelling juvenile. It's gorgeous. This is a stunner, and it smells like Halloween in a bottle. It's so fun, so festive, so happy, and performed super, super well. And I love this one. So this is one that I will definitely be looking into picking up a full bottle of too. It's just so fun. So anyways, that is Wicked Good Beetle Juice. And then last but not least, I pulled out a sample that my beautiful fragrance friend Susan had sent to me. She sent this some time back. It's been sitting up on top of my little hutch thing here, and I'd completely forgotten about it. And I saw it the other day and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to test that. This is Amouage Love Delight. I love this in the bottle. It's really, really beautiful in the bottle. However, on my skin, it was not good. I have a problem with Amouage fragrances. They're either a hit or a miss for me. They either really work or they really, really don't work. I cannot for the life of me remember. I'll have it on the screen for you, but there was one that they came out with. It wasn't long after like all the Delina craze. I think it was the one that came in the like peach colored bottle. For the life of me, I cannot remember the name of it. I immediately ordered a sample of that off of Lucky Scent. This has been years ago, and I remember getting that sample and being so excited to try it because I thought it was going to be so beautiful. And I put it was a Lucky Scent sample, so it was a 1 ml sample just like this. I put it all over and like used the entire 1 ml, which is on brand for me because that's what I usually do. And I remember I left the house and I was driving up the mountains to go shopping, and by the time I got like halfway up into the mountains, I was literally sick. That fragrance, it smelled like rotting fruit on my skin. It was foul. It did not smell good on me at all. It was too sweet. It was sickening. It smelled like rotting fruit. And I was miserable that entire day because it was super long lasting. That's kind of how this one was too. Yeah, that was the Parfums de Marly. This one kind of reminds me of a cross between that Parfums de Marly fragrance that I'll have it on the screen for you because I cannot for the life of me remember the name of it, but that fragrance and Amouage Journey. Like if you mixed those two fragrances together, you get this. It's not good on me. It was it went very, very sweet. It almost smelled like rotting fruit on me. There's something milky / almondy, heliotrope-y in this that also added to like the sickeningness of it on my skin. And in true fashion, now I was smarter with this one. I still have at least half, yeah, I've got at least half a mil left of this because I was not stupid. I did not like go crazy and put the entire sample on. If I had done that, I would have been even more miserable, but I was miserable either way because it was so long lasting, and I literally smelled like this until I washed it off the next day. I just had to, it's a beautiful smelling perfume, do not get me wrong. It's really gorgeous. I just didn't like it on me. But I bet other people liked it on me. So it wasn't a situation where I was like, oh, I stink, I don't smell good. It was just a situation where I just didn't like it on me. It was sickening on me. It was very heavy on me. And I just wasn't enjoying it. But my husband didn't complain. Like, nobody complained and said it smelled bad. So it definitely doesn't smell bad. But again, it's just not for me. And it's because I had the same experience with this one as I did with that Parfums de Marly one years ago. And yeah, that's the only reason why. But anyways, this one is called Amouage Love Delight. This thing is an absolute monster. This is a 24 hours plus kind of fragrance. I usually really like sweet fragrances, but this is even too sweet for me. But yeah, I am glad I got to test it. So anyways, that is Amouage Love Delight. And that is going to be it, guys. Those are all of the fragrances that I wore last week. I do hope that you all enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.